Hi, my name's Isla, and today I'm going to talk to you about bullying in this podcast. So let me introduce everybody else.
Hi, I'm Aaron.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
Hi, I'm Courtney.
So obviously today, as I've just told you, we're going to do bullying. And honestly, how would you guys describe bullying in one sentence?
Bullying is when someone is mentally and physically abused.
Have any of you guys experienced bullying? Because I personally have. And with my experience, it was this one girl who I thought was my friend. She obviously wasn't. And she picked on every little thing that I did. And it would be little things from the hair, my eye colour, my weight. And, she ruined a lot of things for me. But she really made my self-confidence go low. As if I was this really minuscule object. And because of it, I overate and underate. And it was something that I really struggled with. And I would weigh myself constantly because of it. Because she commented on my weight a lot. And I would measure things like my waist and how big my thighs were. And my arms. And I did all these little things because she picked on my insecurities. And everything that I hated about myself because I trusted her with them. And she made them, stand out to me more. Which obviously I knew was wrong. But, I thought she was my friend and she was, helping me. But, she wasn't. Yeah. And it really upset me, and that's, what happened with me.
Every time I eat, it, goes on my chest. So, I keep getting my throat.
I haven't been bullied, but I've witnessed bullying. And he got fat-shamed a lot. And someone made a rumour that he called someone's girlfriend something. And then the guy went up to him and punched him in his glasses. And he had to go to hospital because he had glass in his eyes. And he had 7 stitches.
I feel like bullying is just a continuous act that causes stress to somebody's life. Obviously, I've been bullied before. I don't really open up to people a lot now because of it. Because I feel as you said, I know, just if you trust people with your insecurities, they just talk about it more and more. And it's I got bullied. I got chased out my school one time. And then in year 6, I got held behind the teacher and they'll kick me. And then, that's my experience with bullying. So the next topic that we're going to be discussing is what the difference is between bullying and a joke, and if we do think there is one.
There's a line between having a light-hearted joke with your friend where you're laughing with them, whereas bullying, they're laughing at you and they're making fun of you. And it's a difference, and people think, bullying and banter are quite similar in ways when it's with your friends, whereas now, you've got banter, you've got a joke, you're laughing with them, not at them, where you're hurting their feelings, especially if you know they're hurting your feelings.
Do you think it's more about having boundaries with people, people knowing their boundaries, or do you think do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's definitely boundaries that you can't step over in life. It's oh yeah, I'm very insecure of this. Please don't ever make a comment on it unless you have an inside joke, I guess. But maybe, I don't know, you were wearing fake eyelashes one time because you have short eyelashes and it falls off and you make a joke about that. Whereas if you just repeatedly picked on that one, not flaw, but insecurity in a way that someone has about themselves, making a joke out of it and laughing at the insecurity that they have, it would be, overstepping their boundaries as a person and what they do and don't have.
I think this one leads quite nicely onto the next topic, which is, can someone who is a friend be a bully?
Well, yes and no. You may think it's your friend because you will sit there and, class it as your friend, oh, sometimes they're just being honest, but, in reality, they're becoming more and more toxic and they're no longer a friend. They are just someone sat there making fun of all your insecurities in life.
I don't think that you can have a friend who is a bully. People say they have toxic friends, toxic relationships, a frenemy. I think that you can either have a friend or they're not your friend, and they should mentally be dead to you, because really and truly, if that person's your friend, they should be uplifting you, making you feel better about yourself, helping you reach like opportunities, take risks that you don't think you can take, like building you up, helping you find your individuality. But if that friend isn't doing any of those things, then that is not your friend. They are just there. And I think that you were caught, they're just using you as a doff, which, like, has anyone ever, like, experienced somebody using them as, like, a doff?
Well, yeah, when I got continuously bullied about, my weight and how I looked, I would cover up. So I would look like, not unappealing, but it was like, oh, she doesn't really want to be talked to, joggers in a hoodie, clearly not having a good time. Probably shouldn't talk to her. She might be feeling a bit sad. She might not want someone to come and be like, hey, are you okay? So I would just like stand there next to my mate while, they were having the great little time with all their other friends. And I was just sat there to make them look better.
I feel like if your friends use you as a person to sit there and just make themselves look better, then you shouldn't really be friends with them. Like, because as I said, they should be uplifting you. And then it's just like they're using you to make themselves look better. They're downgrading you in a way. They're making your like mental state like worse. You might not realize it, but later on you'll realize it, because you'll sit back and you'll let them take the opportunities. You'll let them do everything that they want to do. And I just feel like if they are like that, just get rid of them, cut them off, like ghost them, and you go and strive for your full potential. Don't let anybody stop you from doing what you want to do. Because listen, I think as we said at the start, like we gave examples of how we had been bullied. That will obviously affect people. That will make them stop doing what they want to do because they feel lower than everyone else. No, don't feel like that. If anybody makes you feel lower, you go and speak to someone that you know you can trust, like a family member is the best person to go to, or even God, or just something that, hypes you up, like listen to music, anything that hypes you up. Just don't ever in your head start believing that you're less than anybody. That's all I've got to say. But yeah.
Because like a true friend wouldn't sit there and put you down, they would lift you up. And it's like,
Exactly.
If you had this insecurity, they would want to help you make it not seem as an insecurity and help you get through it, and really show that, you might be insecure about, I don't know, your height, for example. And, they're going to help you with your height, make, being smaller or taller like a good thing. And lift you up and make you feel happier and better about yourself.
Exactly.
Whereas, the other people, they'll just sit there, they'll make fun of it. They're not really helping you. They're just making you feel even more insecure.
If you're sitting there and your friends don't acknowledge that you're feeling some type of way, if your friend doesn't come up to you and say, no, come dance with us, like, even if you can't, whatever, you can't dance, come over and just have fun with us. It's not about looking good, it's about all of us having fun. That is a real friend. If your friend's like, oh, she can't dance, like, just, stay over there, that's not a friend. So yeah, don't be friends with people like that. Find new friends, find positive vibes. Don't let any negative vibes take you over, because it will really have a big impact on your life. But that leads again nicely onto the next topic, which is, how does bullying impact on young people's health?
I think bullying impacts young people's health by starting off with small things like getting down, then progresses into like depression, anxiety, even suicide. So it gets worse as it goes on.
I think the impact people have in their brains and their mind is when they look at things, especially on social media and things like Love Island, where every girl looks very similar. They're all tall and skinny, and they have the big boobs and the small waist and the big bum. And then, especially if there's like younger viewers watching, they're really going to look at that and they're going to develop really bad body issues, because there's not really any diversity in the body shapes. And it's going to make them think that they have to be this really tall, skinny person, and it's going to and it can travel into things like eating disorders, which, come from personal experience. They aren't nice, and they really do hurt you mentally and physically. And so, yeah.
So for me, when I see like girls on TikTok and Instagram, I wish that I looked like them, and that has like an impact on me because like I don't even like going out sometimes because of the way I look, and I have acne, and I just feel like that makes me feel worse about myself.
Like, me personally, as well, when I look, I seem really confident, but when I look at myself in the mirror, like, sometimes I'm thinking, why am I so skinny? Like, as like Courtney said, I do compare myself to, like, some girls, and I feel like it's because people give beautiful, like, a definition, but, like, not, oh, yeah, beautiful, someone's pretty. They give it, like, to girls that have tan skin, they're light skin, blue eyes, really nice brown eyes, small waist, as Isla said. And like we all just compare ourselves. We all like tend to just think, why can't I look like her? When really we should be like gassing ourselves up. Like why? What I look at myself in the mirror like, wow, like I'm one bad bee. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm bad. Like I need to have more of that energy. All of us girls, all of us boys even, because boys tend to hide it more. But I know that some boys compare themselves, and really, honestly, truly, there is somebody out there. God has made somebody for you that likes what you call them flaws. There's somebody out there that's waiting on you. It's just no one's gonna like themselves now because everyone just feels like, oh, look at her, like she's getting so much attention from boys. Honestly, listen, like you just need to have more confidence in yourself, because as I say a lot, and as my mom once said to me, like, if you don't love yourself, who is going to love you? No one's going to, if you don't respect yourself, who's going to respect you? Like, you've got to do all of these things, that have more confidence in yourself, like more, you know, love towards yourself, for people to then acknowledge that and then be like, oh, well, I can't call her ugly because she won't listen to me anyway. Like, you just got to, you know, like, trust more in what you think and not what others think. Like, honestly, Courtney, I'm sorry, I have to say this, yeah. You can't compare yourself to TikTok girls because you are actually so pretty. And, like, I just know so many boys that do it, and, like, boys underestimate themselves because maybe they're weak or they can't lift up the table in front of the class, and, like, fam, you're strong, G. You're strong. Like, keep doing what you're doing, boys, yeah. Keep doing what you're doing, girls, because all of us individually are beautiful. We don't need no one to tell us that, because we're all unique and we're all made in the image of God, so...
Yeah, and like going on from like the Love Island, we also see it a lot in like Barbies. And you look at the Barbie doll and you look at this tall, blonde hair, blue-eyed, skinny, this disproportionate doll that, you know, you're buying, and it's like, oh, well, I've got to look like Barbie because they are, you know, the major leading brand. And then they bring out curvy Barbie dolls where they have different shades, but they labeled them like a Barbie is still a Barbie, whether they have the label of curvy or not, which is why. But I was really annoyed because they had a line, Mattel did, of Monster High dolls where they had a bunch of different ethnicities, and they had different colours of the skin tone. Like there was white, there was black, there was pink, there was blue, and they all had different origins. Whereas you look at a Barbie doll, you know, some little girl's going to walk into Toys R Us and they're going to see her. And it's like, I've got to look like this tall, blonde hair, blue-eyed Barbie doll, which is really sad to think about because that's all we've grown up in, wanting to look like Barbie. And it's really pushed into the mainstream, and it's not even just Barbie, it's models and commercials and everything.
I remember, like, if I'm going to be, like, honest, when I was younger, I was a lot younger when, like, you know, black people wasn't as strong as we are now. We were still strong. Everyone's strong. But, like, black people just talked down on it. It was, like, really stereotypical against black people. There was a lot of stereotypes against black people. So I remember this one time, I said these exact words. I said I wanted to paint myself white. I literally said that to myself. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know, like, I feel like that's really, it is bad. I don't feel like it is bad. Like, I should embrace my melanin, just like a lot of other black girls. Like for the black girls that are listening to this, like your skin is beautiful. To the black boys, your skin is beautiful. You don't need to be a light skin to be pretty. And I feel like that's one of the things that society, how do I say that? Society. Yeah, society's made us believe that having a lighter skin tone makes us stronger or allows us to like find a lot more opportunities, and I just don't think that's right. I love the fact that black people have come together more recently, and we've actually found our power. Like we embrace our melanin. We just like, you know, we just love ourselves way more, and I feel like everyone needs to like learn to love themselves no matter what colour they are, and don't let the colour of their skin determine like how many opportunities they have, how many friends, how many, you know, just everything.
And it's not even black people, it's also Hispanics and Latinas and, you know, Russians and Asians. There is a very big lack, and there's a space in the industry and society where we need to fill with different ethnicities, which is, I don't know whether you guys saw it, but Rihanna's new like line with Fenty, she had a range of different people. She had different body types, different skin tones, different ethnicities, and it was really well done. And she didn't look for like this really tall, skinny person. She looked for just who she wanted to model, and there was a range, and it was beautiful.
Exactly, like plus size women, plus size men, women like who were more skinny, men that are skinny, like, because you look like, we're talking about women, but boys also feel like that. But boys, I don't know, society for some reason has made boys feel like they can't talk about how they want to feel, how they feel. And I feel like that's another point as well, like bullying impacting on young people's health. I feel like it does affect girls, but girls are able to speak about it, whereas boys are expected to like keep it to themselves. And I feel like that's why there's way more men that commit suicide, because they can't speak to anyone, because they feel like they're weak. And you're not weak for wanting to speak out about how you feel. Honest to God, yeah, if you feel any type of way, you need to speak to somebody, because boys, it doesn't make you any more weaker. If anything, it makes you stronger to talk about how you feel. Like, go and tell somebody that you feel this way, because there's people like us, guys, we're here for you. Like, we'll gas you up if you need gassing up. We're here for you. Like, boys, if you've not got a 6-pack, yeah, your flat packs are still good too. Like, everyone, no body type is better than any body type. Like, you just gotta respect yourself, and like, don't let it get to the point where it's like, I need to go to the gym all the time, because that's why you can over-exercise.
Yeah, you
isn't
can
it?
like over-exercise, and it, you know, it's very unhealthy, and you get over-exhausted. And, you know, society in life is like pushed down. It's like, oh, you're a man. You know, they've really pushed down men's feelings, and it's really bad, and it's something that needs to be spoken up about. Well, yeah, it's great that we're talking about women's issues, but we also need to talk about men's issues. Like, that's what like feminism is, wanting equal rights all around.
Exactly. So even we're always gassing up girls, and girls can speak about their feelings. Boys, we're here for you too. If you need someone to gas you, we're here for you. We got you, like, you know. Does bullying happen more than adults think?
Oh, 100%. Like, people get so scared about, you know, they feel like sometimes if they think it's like their friends, and like they think they're like a trusted friend, they don't want to like rat them out. It's like, oh yeah, they're just like, they're helping me, you know, this is already an insecurity, they're just putting it out more, and they don't want to get other people in trouble. And sometimes they're scared, and they don't realise that it's bullying, and, you know, their feelings are being hurt because they've kind of pushed down, you know, whoever's bullying you, they kind of push down their feelings.
Aaron?
Yes, I think bullying happens more than adults think.
Courtney?
Now that there's social media, like, bullying's happening like all the time, and adults don't realise because they didn't have like any social media when they were younger, so they can't really understand, and they don't understand that the bullying occurs more than they think.
How do you think like young people could speak out like about bullying?
Definitely first thing is to like tell like your mum or your dad, or someone that you know you trust. It could be like your aunt or your nanny and granddad, or it could even just be a teacher if you don't get along with any of your family members. you just need to, you can't keep it inside because it's unhealthy. It's bad for you. You need to tell someone and express your feelings and how, and what's being said to you and what's being done to you and how it makes you feel, because unless you're going to just sit there in your bedroom and cry about it, really, and it's not good.
If you don't feel like you could go to somebody that's actually here, like, I know I've mentioned him a lot, but he deserves to be mentioned, amen. God, like, if you need to speak to somebody, just pray, and as he said, yeah, give your problem, waffle, that was waffle. Give your problems unto him, like, he will help you, like, he's there, like, he's there for you to talk to him, like, trust me. It doesn't feel like anything at the start, but God has a way for you. And like, if you pray to him and keep praying to him, he'll keep you on the right track. And even though this is going on, trust me, God gives his strongest soldiers the worst battles because he knows that you lot can do it. You may not feel like you can do it, but you really can. So if you don't feel like there's anybody here on earth that you can speak to, just speak to God. And even like, as I said, all of us are here for you to speak to.
You can go to school and ask for like a helpline number. So when you're home alone and you need someone to speak to, even if it's just a random stranger that you don't even know, maybe they could help you.
So thank you guys for taking your time out your day to listen to this podcast. We really hope that it has helped you. And if you could please go over to our Instagram page, which is ignite_connect. And please give us a follow. We'll all be on there. Like, for you guys to speak to if you needed anyone to speak to, as we've said. And yeah, we're all teenagers, youth. So we've all got you. We're all down to earth. Bye.
Bye.